Now that other team's inspired. Now where's your level of inspiration to match them? To rise on the road? When James Harden had the ball in his hands late in the game, game one, dribbles out of bounds, then comes down the court to shoot the three, and he's not even really concentrating on hitting the three. He's concentrating on the ref bailing him out with a call. He jumps under Draymond Green's legs. Down three, that ties the game. They lose game one on the road. They needed that game. They lose game two on the road. They needed that game. They win at home. Now they have a chance. They need to win on the road. They don't have home court, Stephen A. They have a chance to do it. Chris Paul is playing poorly. I'll leave that to you. It's James Harden's team. James, this could be your world. I mean, the last 10 minutes of a game on the road against an inspired Golden State team without KD, when it's neck and neck, and your engine, your number one player, the highest usage rate ever, takes more shots than anyone ever, takes one shot in 10. Oh, I got to look at the stat sheet. Maybe other guys had open shots. Come on, James. There is a time, Ecclesiastes, a time and a place, right? A season for every season. Well, let me tell you what season it is. In the fourth quarter on the road against the Warriors without KD. It's a season for you to ball. I mean, this is on James Harden.
Max Kellerman, I'm older than you, as we all know. I even look a little bit older than you. I don't mind. I still think I look good. The bottom line is this, Max Kellerman. It's moments like
best,
this.
Stephen A.
Thank you so much, Molly. It's moments like this, Max Kellerman, where I say this affectionately to you, yes. my brother. I got to teach you a little bit about basketball here. The fact of the matter is, again, we don't absolve James Harden. But there's more to this than that. They were blitzing him, doubling him, getting the ball out of his hands. Max Kellerman, who's the highest paid player on the Houston Rockets this year? Chris Paul. $35.6 million. Where the hell are you?
MIA.
Chris Paul? You got to be kidding me. This man shot 1 for 7 in the second half. He didn't score a basket after Kevin Durant went out. He was 0 for 3 in the fourth quarter. And oh, by the way, Max, I'm not talking points. You're the point guard. You're the cerebral individual on the court. You're the extension of the coach. A matter of fact, when it comes to D'Antoni, you are the damn coach, for crying out loud. Because as great as D'Antoni is offensively, the brilliant mind, it was Chris Paul and Bizdilic that were convincing Mike D'Antoni to take chances and make adjustments offensively and defensively, dating back to last year. Chris Paul is a brilliant basketball player. So when Kevin Durant goes out, who am I looking to be the floor general, the orchestrator, to figure out a way to get around Steve Kerr blitzing James Harden so you can get him the ball and put him in positions of success? That's Chris Paul. That's Chris Paul. You're $35.6 million. He just signed a 4-year, $160 million deal. You got to show up. We ain't looking for Chris Paul to drop 20. Or something like that. But guess what? A couple of baskets here and there, Max, would have been nice. The decision-making that facilitates things for James Harden would have been nice. And let me tell you something else. One of the things, Max, one of the people that I get a lot of texts from, Max and Molly, is Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx, even though that's my brother and I love him, there is nobody that I know outside of LeBron James' camp, Rich Paul mainly, there is no one that I know that complains more about the criticism LeBron James gets than Jamie Foxx. If that had been LeBron James, Stephen A., you letting this guy off the hook. You letting that guy off the hook. If that had been LeBron James, and you know something, my bad. Jamie Foxx is right. If this were LeBron James, we'd be all over him. Why can't it be a Chris Paul? I understand Chris Paul. Look, I understand that Chris Paul is not LeBron, but I'm talking about as a floor general. Your decision-making, not just your absence of making points, shots, your decision-making cost Houston this game
I'm not here to listen. I'm not here to defend Chris Paul. The Warriors did a good enough job of that last night. And you're absolutely right to point out the decision-making. It's not just the poor execution, poor decision-making, hesitant and incorrect like consistently.
Yes.
And no one can do it by themselves, including James Harden or anyone. You need a crime partner. That's what Chris Paul is there to do. He failed. However, the question is who is most to blame. This ain't Chris Paul's team. And let's be honest, at this point in Chris Paul's career, he's not an MVP caliber player. If he ever was. Like he was like a 5-star player or a 4.9-star player at his best. He's not there anymore. He's an all-star caliber player, but he's not like that elite. James Harden is. James Harden's the MVP or damn near close to it every single year in the regular season. Stephen A.
But I'm asking
let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
If it was MJ, I know, well, you're comparing. Yes, I am comparing. Harden's putting up regular season numbers like that. If it was MJ, you think he would take one shot in the last 10 minutes of a game?
Max, I understand that point. I do. But what I'm saying to you, watch the game, go back and watch it again, and watch how Steve Kerr blitzed James Harden, and Seth Greenberg pointed it out on Get Up earlier this morning. He was blitzing James Harden to get the ball out of his hands. Your CP3, what did we talk about? We talked about hesitancy. We talked about his inability to make a shot. We talked about him not necessarily making the right decision. I'm saying to you, Max Kellerman, if I'm paying you $35.6 million, I just signed you to $160 million. We know there is no one who knows basketball who would call Chris Paul anything less than brilliant. The man is a genius.
He choked.
Listen,
Yeah, we gotta get in the break, guys.
I'm saying to you, you got to help James Harden get the ball back.
You want to blame Harden, you want to blame CP3, either of them. It was their chance without KD to swing the series their way. They didn't do it.